Yo, good day, South Africa, ladies and gentlemen. Good day, good day. Just came back from the voting station. Man, I'm so proud of the choice that I made. I'm so proud that I actually have the opportunity to go out there and vote. And one of the best feeling, honestly, one of the best feelings ever, man. And yeah, man. But then it's unfortunate that we have so many young people that are not voting. There's so many young people out there that they're not registered to vote, and I don't know, maybe it's because of the ignorance or they just don't have any interest in voting. But there's a lot of people that were turned away because they're not registered to vote. And you wonder because like the information was there, they knew that like they had to register before they could vote. People, they were just showing up with their IDs and thinking that they will be able to vote. And that made me very sad, because I'm like, the information was there. I mean, you could go and register at voting stations, or you could even like register online. I registered online, and it does frustrate me, because I'm like, we are so, especially youth people, especially young people, we are so interested in things that like are not important. We are so well informed in things that really don't really benefit our life and our future. But then on things that really matter, example, voting today, people were turned away. They didn't register, didn't know when the registrations were open. I mean, the other guy showed up today. Okay, I didn't register, but can I register today? I'm like, how can you be like that? Honestly, that is so frustrating. That is so frustrating, because I'm like, we about other things that are not important. Ask them about celebrities. Ask them about things that are trending. Ask them about whichever city and Skomatas. They are so well informed about those things. But then about things that are really, really, really important, things that really, 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 really matter, that are things that are gonna benefit our lives in a long term. We're not informed. We're not informed, and it's honestly truly, 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 truly sad. Very, very sad, I must say. And honestly, man, I'm so proud. Just came back from voting station. I don't know if you guys can see. I voted, and man, such a what a rewarding feeling. I felt very, very proud. Just man, I just want people to experience that feeling. And if you're there and you're watching this and maybe you haven't voted yet, please go out there and vote, man. And honestly, you'll feel proud of yourself. And that's the feeling that I'm getting right now. I just feel great, and I know that I made a good decision. I know that my conscience is clear. I know that like now I'm able to hold people accountable. The party that I voted for, I can voice out my frustration if they're not doing what I voted them for. And it's something that like we should be able to do, and especially youth people. I mean, it was people that were there. Most people that were there voting, it was elderly people, it was old people, and honestly, it's truly sad, because again, this is the future of South Africa. And you go there, it's only a couple of young people that are at the voting station. But then again, it's still early. It's about like 20 past 11 right now. So I really hope that like in the afternoon the numbers will change, and we will have more young people going out there and voting for the right parties. And because at the end of the day, I mean, you have to vote for party that you're gonna sleep well at night. Like the party that I voted for, I know that when I go to bed, I'll sleep well at night, and I will not feel shame. And that's one thing that is also very important. Like, we cannot be influenced. I mean, we saw, I'm not gonna name any party and do anything or decampaign any party. We saw people like out there uh hiring the what you call your influencers on TikTok and on Instagram, influencing people to vote for them. And you ask yourself, is it about influencers, or is it about what you're going to do for people? Because at the end of the day, you can't be using people like influencers, people that are most of them that are illiterate. Let's be honest. Let's call it a spade a spade. Most influencers that we see on TikTok, those people are most of them, they're not well informed about South African South African matters. For them, it's all about the quick bucks that they're gonna get from a campaign. Then that's all. And then you wanna be influenced by those kind of people. Are those people that you want to determine the future of your country based on? Like, you can't be basing your decisions on influencers. And honestly, it is embarrassing. I found that very, very embarrassing. For any other party that was using influencers. And if you guys are on TikTok and Instagram, you know which party I'm talking about. And it's honestly very, very, very disappointing to see what like parties are willing to stoop that low to get votes. They are willing to stoop that low because they know that like they've been promising people things, and the things that they've been promising, they haven't been able to attain those things. They haven't been able to deliver those things. So like now, what they're doing, they're going for influencers and paying those, and also again those influencers, I'm also worried about them because at the end of the day, you need to think long term. Don't be a short term thinker, because at the end of the day, that quick buck that you're gonna get during that campaign, after a month or two, it's finished. You're still not employed. You still don't have the basic needs. You still don't have things. You still have your load shedding. You still don't have your water. You still have those important. You still lacking those important things. That money that you got during the elections campaign is finished. You don't have employment. You don't have okay, you're still gonna get your 350, but then is it sustainable? Is it sustainable? Those are the people like question that people need to ask themselves and demand answers for before going to voting stations and choosing which party they're voting for, because it's really really important for people to think long ahead, think about the future. Because again, one another quick example, we haven't had load shedding for like how many days, for 50 something days right now. I'm guaranteed next first week of June, I can guarantee you guys we're gonna be having load shedding again. We're still gonna be crying about the very same thing that we've been protesting about for the past 5 years, even for the last 10 years. So I honestly like we just wanna play like make an bring awareness to people that like, you know what, man, it's about time. Like I said in my press video, let's vote with our minds, not with our hearts. Because again, one thing about that really really frustrates me about South Africans, we are really we're such a forgiving nation, and we forget easily. We are so quick to impress. We forget easily. I mean we do, and again we don't hold people accountable. You go to a voting station right now, there's one party that is dominating there, right? And they're recruiting people to vote for them, right? And they were still promising people things that they've been promising them in the past elections. I mean, I haven't and yet I haven't seen anyone confronting those party agents that are there at the voting station and actually demanding asking questions and demanding answers. Because if you're going to ask me to vote for this party that I voted in the past couple of years, and you promised me that you're gonna deliver this and that, and then you still haven't delivered. I mean, you're well within your right to go and confront those party agents, but people are not doing that. People are not doing that, and some are still being influenced to vote for the very same party, right? And it's honestly frustrating. Honestly, like I'm not gonna lie, South Africans, like they do frustrate me more often than not. I do find myself frustrated and asking myself question that like, who's going to save us? Who's going to save us if we can't save ourselves? I mean, today is a very important day. We need to be saving ourselves today. Today we should be saving ourselves. We should be going to the voting stations, going to the polls, and saying, you know what? For the past 5 years, it has been hard. For the past 10 years, it has been hard. You know what? Enough is enough. I'm making a stand today and I'm voting for whatever party that you want to vote for. What I'm trying to say here, what the message that I'm trying to put across is that like, let's not make the same mistakes. Let's not make the same mistakes. Because at the end of the day, you're making the very same thing and expecting different results. You're never gonna get a different results. I mean, these people have shown us and they keep showing us that like they're not gonna change. They're not gonna change until we decide that, you know what, we are changing. And it's on you, South Africans. It's on you. It's on us as South Africans to actually like take a stand and say, you know what, I'm tired, and I believe even you guys are tired. So today is very important, very very important. Please go out there, recruit people, get people, if they're registered, get them to go and vote. Honestly, it is important that we do vote. So yeah, that's the video that I wanted to make. I'll go live again later today because I need to go to work now. So if you're there and you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. and like the video. I really, really appreciate people that have been subscribing for the past few days. The subscription have been going up, the views have been going up, and you know what, man? I'm still gonna go and have interviews with the voters, and I'm gonna go live again later today. So I appreciate you guys for watching my videos, man. Please like, honestly, I really, really, please, I need you guys to like the videos. So, but then again, please go vote, get people to vote, and advise people on which parties to vote for. And because some people don't, they maybe, I don't know, they just need to be influenced a little bit. So if you're out there, please do your bit to influence people, do your bit to encourage people not to be afraid for of change, because most of us, we are afraid of the unknown. We're scared that, like, oh, if another party is in power, things are gonna get worse. That's what most people are saying. Because I did my own survey. I went to University of Technology and did my own survey, right? I was interviewing people, especially obviously, like, students. Most of them are not registered. Most of them, they don't even know what party to vote for. Most of them, they're just not interested in voting. And you really, like, I find that very, very sad. That is very sad, because I'm like, as a young people, you should be aware of I mean, there's, like, we have, like, more than 57 parties, which is crazy. I don't know why we have so many parties in South Africa. I mean, we should be having, like, the most parties that we should be having should be 5, but then we find ourselves having 50 something parties, and which really does work against us, which really, like, does take us backward. But then I just want to make a quick reactions of yeah, what has been trending, because apparently there are people that are speculating that uh some votes are rigged, and people have already apparently there's issues with the ballots. And I don't know if you guys can see here, and I think elections must be disqualified and us to voting online, the first election that would bring chaos in South Africa. Yeah, honestly, I think these elections are going to bring so much chaos. And like, with these videos that we're seeing right now trending, I think we're still gonna see a lot of videos like this, because again, remember, we have Mkhonto Wesizwe that actually coming here with vengeance. Mkhonto Wesizwe that coming here want to teach ANC a lesson. You have your EFF that is here to also know, about EFF, that they will always do their thing. And also you have your DA, you have your Patriotic Alliance. And I mean, for the past few days, I've been seeing people saying the votes are being raised, and already the other parties have already have their own the vote before the elections day. So, and even here we can see here there's a bit of a chaos here. So apparently the ballot box are open, and you know what is so hard to open that box? It's very, very hard. That, like, honestly, like, it's not possible to open that box. And this are honestly, like, this frustrates me. This is very sad to see, because at the end of the day, if people are able to open those ballot boxes, then it makes you wonder if your vote is going to be counted at the end of the day. But then I really I want to have faith in IEC. I don't want to believe that these things can happen and they're possible. I really hope that, like, honestly, at the end of the day, we have free and fair elections, because it's very important for South Africa not to have IEC reputation being questioned, because I would like to believe that they've been doing very well, especially, like, with counting votes and making sure that, like, every vote is counted, and we don't have a situation where at the end of the day the speculations of votes being raised and so on and so forth, because we don't need that in this country. We really, really don't need that, because we've seen that happen in countries like Zimbabwe and other countries in Africa. We cannot have that in South Africa. We cannot have that. Honestly, like, that would really, like, make me lose actually all the hope and faith that I had in this country, because we cannot have this kind of situation. We cannot have that kind of situation. Voting day in Marilyn Hills, Tundu Hill, Ward 14, there were no ballot papers. The people were sent back home. Again, another disappointing thing to see. I mean, this how do you even explain this? How can a voting station have no ballot papers? It does not make sense to me. How can a voting station not have ballot papers? Because again, how do you explain that? Because they knew the elections were taking place today. How come that a voting station does not have ballot papers? The incompetency that is like that we're seeing right now with these elections is really really frustrating and sad to see, because how can a voting station not have ballot papers? Where do they expect people to vote, to cast their vote? And again, remember, if you have registered at a certain voting station, you can't go and vote at another voting station. You cannot do that. It's not possible. So I really hope that like this thing gets whatever that's happening at Marian Hill is it gets resolved quick, and because people have registered and the least that they can do is to have thing ballot papers so that they can cast their votes. And so then yeah, we're gonna go on. So yeah, man, please, if you're watching for the first time, please subscribe. Please do subscribe and like the video. In is this Democrats that IAC and AAC are talking about? What's happening here? Okay, I really don't know what's happening here. So yeah, man. But then at the end of the day, South Africans are out there at voting stations and voting. And honestly, that's the very. I mean, honestly, I can't stress this enough, man. Voting is the best. Like honestly, the feeling that I got after voting, the best feeling yet. Honestly, so rewarding. I felt proud of myself, and I just felt like, ah man, I made a right decision. I made a right decision, and I urge you guys to go out there and vote. Let's go out there and vote. Let's go out there and vote, ladies and gentlemen. So from me to you, I'm gonna end the video now because I need to go, and I'll go live again later today. Thank you for watching. Really, really appreciate it. Appreciate it. So please do like and subscribe. Thank you. I'm out. Where's the thing?